Calling all procrastinators. If you haven't filed your taxes yet, you only have a few days left to file. Taxes are due Tuesday. And if you're filing last minute, here are some tips from financial expert Bob Burnett. Hi, Rob. Thank you so much for joining me.
Happy to be here. Thanks for having me back.
All right. For those people who have not yet filed their taxes, what tips should they follow when filing at the last minute?
The most important thing is to file on time. If you're in a situation where you say, I'm not sure if I can pay my taxes, what I tell people to do is go ahead and file anyway. That'll stop any failure to file penalties, which can be severe. If you still don't have your stuff together, but you think you're going to owe, then I would file for an extension, but make a payment with that extension. For example, you look at what was my tax bill last year. If your taxes were $5,000, make sure that your withholdings plus whatever payment you pay with the extension is 110% of that number, and that'll help you avoid penalties and interest and things of that nature. It'll put a payment on the books, and you'll just give yourself credit for that when you actually end up filing your tax return.
Okay. How expensive can some of these penalties get if you don't file on time?
25% of the tax due. It could be one of the assessments. There's also interest penalties. If this is the first time it's happened to you, then you may be able to get those penalties abated, but typically they won't abate interest. Those are statutory in nature.
Okay. And obviously, April is Financial Literacy Awareness Month. How should people plan to use any of their tax returns?
Well, if you get a big refund, and I tell this to all my clients who get big refunds, shame on you. Essentially, what you've done is you've given the government an interest-free loan, and then you have to file a return and beg for it back. I don't think anybody should be in that particular position. I just did a tax return with a client. They had a small balance due federal, a small balance due state. Not so much it's going to raise any red flags or be a pain for them to pay, but I told them, congratulations. Essentially what you've done, you've had use of all your money entire year, and at the end you got a couple $100 you have to pay. That's awesome. That's great tax planning, and that's what I try to get people to do. There are some folks that will tell me, well, I don't have the discipline to go do the savings and have it in my account every month, so I use this as a forced savings plan. If that's you, I'd like to chat with you, see if we can't find another way to make this work that's more in your benefit. Once again, I want everybody to pay the amount of tax that's due, but not a penny more and not a penny before you have to pay it.
Any other tips and tricks people should know about last minute filing, Rob?
If you're using a professional tax preparer, please be kind to them, because everybody thinks when they're dumping their stuff on them last minute that they're the next case up. I'm telling you that you're not. They've already got a backlog they're working on, so please be patient with them.
If you think you need to file an extension, we've posted helpful links on our website right now on 10tv.com. Just look for this story.